Welcome back to another Chris McPherson Show Daily Dose. And now we're heading to the US. We're heading to one of golf's majors, the US Open. Things are heating up in this tournament. We are 3 rounds through, and there is an Aussie right in the crosshairs. It is none other than former world number 1 Adam Scott, and he is closing down on the leaders with rapid succession. He's in to equal second place at the close of the 3rd round here at Oakmont. It's going to be riveting to watch tomorrow morning, the late hours of Sunday night, the early hours of Monday morning, as Scott makes a charge for potentially his 2nd major. Now, Adam Scott obviously is a name that's been in the headlines for golf for a long time from Aussie fans. We know a former world number 1 back in 2014, a major winner at the Masters in 2013, but not a huge amount to show since then. He has been on the tour. He's been consistent. The stat that underlines that is the fact that he has the 2nd longest consecutive streak at appearing at majors. This is his 96th consecutive major he has played in, which, as I said, is the 2nd most. It's a phenomenal statistic that very few can match. The only person in front of him, Jack Nicklaus, which is a fair name to be chasing down. Naturally, he's more experienced than anybody else on this leaderboard as we get 3/4 of the way through the US Open. And the fact is, he's now only 1 shot off Sam Burns. 270s heading into the 3rd round saw him seating pretty well, and one of the few players who hadn't missed par in any of his rounds. He then went in and put in a day's best 67 in the 3rd round to see him sitting at 3 under par, 1 off the lead of Burns, and as the only player left in the tournament who has not gone over par across 3 rounds. He is consistent at the moment. He is finding the fairways. He is clean. He's playing well. We saw the videos leading up to this tournament at Oakmont and saw how dangerous those roughs were looking. They were long, they were thick, they were lush, they were the last place you wanted to be. And finding the fairways consistently is going to be so crucial here at a challenging course. We know its history. We know the Choke-mont story. We only need to go back to 2007 to see where it bit an Aussie in the backside with Aaron Baddelly. We talked about that in our full show earlier this week, and he went into that last round alongside Tiger Woods, his idol, leading the charge of everyone, and then he 3-putted on the first hole and went on to shoot an 80, 10 over par, which saw him fade down the leaderboard. So we're looking now at Adam Scott. We know that he's got the class. As I said, he's won a major before. He won the 2013 Masters where he had to come from behind. He had to chase down Jason Day and Mark Leishman, fellow Aussies. He had to get past them. He had to get past Angel Cabrera. He managed to pull level and finish at 9 under and go into a playoff with the final round 69. Again, the consistency of his golf showed there. No rounds over par. 3 3-unders and a par across his 4 rounds. He then showed clutch when it mattered. He got home in the playoff. We know what he can do. He is an absolutely phenomenal golfer. He can be the most consistent in terms of his golf when he gets out there. Unfortunately, he can be consistently moderate as well, and we have seen some of that at times. But he's in good form. Not that a lot leading up to this tournament suggested that he was going to be one of the names to watch, but that's what we love. We love an Aussie dark horse emerging from the shadows and putting in a run. There's going to be certainly some other players to watch. There's no former champions chasing him down. The best of the former champions, when we have a look at them at the current scoreboard, are the likes of Brooks Koepka at 5 under, Jordan Spieth at 6 under, John Rahm at 7 over, 5, 6 and 7 over, and Matt Fitzpatrick at 9 over. So no one within striking distance. They are at least 8 shots away from him. The men around him, Sam Burns at 4 under, JJ Spawn at 3 under. Victor Hovland, could he be the dark horse at 1 under? Carlos Ortiz also shot a 67 today. He'll be a name to watch. And then a couple of others tied for 6. Tyrell Hatton, a name that many will know. He shot 2 under today. And then Tristan Lawrence, the South African, could be a smoky as well. The next best of the Aussies, you might ask, Mark Leishman back at 4 over. 8 shots off the lead. I think there's going to be too big of a gap to overcome, barring something phenomenal. The other names that are there and thereabouts, Scotty Scheffler, he's up and around there as well at 4 over, but there's not too many others jumping out off the page in threatening distance. We do have Jason Day back at 5 over as well, but these guys are probably well without the race. We know that this is going to, or should come down to, realistically, those top 5 players and not a lot separating them. 4 shots between the 5 of them. We know the nature of the beast here at Choke-mont. It can absolutely pull them apart. Can Adam Scott deliver again. Another round under par, and you feel like he's almost going to have it on a platter. If he could shoot a 67 or a 68, that'd see him finish at 5 under, which would be a huge score here. We've seen this tournament won with scores over par at the end of 4 rounds. So what will be the finishing winning score? That is the big question, but we're all in, all chips on Adam Scott, taking out that second major, which would add an absolute exclamation mark to a phenomenal career to date. It's far from over. He's got plenty more golf in him, but you feel if his career did finish with just 1 major, there'd be some disappointment and you'd feel he'd been left just a touch short. So we're going to be in on Adam Scott in the morning. We're going to be up early watching him on the charge home as he comes through those back 9 at Oakmont, hopefully leading and lofting that Aussie flag up as he celebrates potentially a second major. Let's get behind Adam Scott, and until next time, we bring you your daily dose. We love being here to bring you the black and white of all your sports opinion. No greys here, and we'll talk to you next time.